live. And I have the chats popped out as they should be. Okay, close this. Close everything. Everything must go. Alright. I've got about an hour and 15 minutes that I want to stream today. Well, I mean, I wish I did have more time or energy at the moment. I don't really though. You know, I can't stay up streaming too late because I have to go to work tomorrow. And doing cardio today just like took a long time. Oh, also I like had a reasonably long day at work, so anyways, I did some work over the weekend, which I didn't stream. I just didn't feel like streaming over the weekend that much. I don't know how it happened. Playing Risk of Rain 2, that was definitely part of it. Did like a 4-hour marathon session of that. Gosh, that's a cool game. A little bit obsessed with it currently. Okay, so check this out. This is actually really cool. Alright, and I'm only going to explain this once. Hopefully. But, so you know we've got the classic red, green, and blue things. Oh, these are like, okay, yeah, these are, so I toggled all these off. Okay. It just took me a minute, I kind of forgot what these did. These work like toggles, these four. And these kind of do too, but anyways. Yeah, so if you turn off all the red, green, and blue, then you get nothing. But if you turn them on incrementally, then you can see like all the various partial versions of each. Yeah, anyways. And then alpha does alpha things. Yeah, and then, but the score things let you visualize the greenness score for all the different score versions. And as you might imagine, they're different. Yeah, V8 and V9 sensibly don't. It's V7 as well. Don't really give any credence to this. This just absolutely looks horrifying. Holy crap, look at that. This too. I kind of regret picking this as the emoji. Can we just do like this or something? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm still not satisfied with the quality of V9. Like, it's obviously really good. But there's just like a couple little things. I think, what was it? It could have been, I think it was that like the dragon was rated too low. Yeah, just a few things like that. Like this dragon, it's like too little of this dragon is considered green, and that upsets me. Yeah, it's like hardly scored at all. Right, yeah. So I need to tweak the hues, that much is certain. But that's sort of what I've landed on now. Before, what I was thinking would like bring me to an answer was I mean it gave me some information. It was worth doing, I think. I want to know like how my metric scores different colors. Fundamentally, that's still the thing that you have to be able to see what it's doing in order to be able to correct it. You know, you want to see it and describe it and understand it, and you want to do that precisely before you can actually start to optimize it. And well, what if you just took all the colors all the colors that can exist in a typical. How many bits is 256? 248, 1632, 64, 122, 56, 8. So as many colors as you can get in, well, I guess a 24-bit color. 888. I bet the. I'm yawning. I bet actually it's a 32-bit color, and you save some 8 bits or something for the alpha, right? Is that right? Yeah. But ignoring alpha, that means that you have 2 to the 24 different colors, which I think is about 16 million? Yeah. 16 million. There's 16 million colors. And it turns out that you can actually, in a reasonable amount of time, check every single color against a greenness metric and then sort the list of said colors. And then generate an image from that. The generating the image part was not the long part, I think. Well, we can see it right now. So that's what these test things are. So I'm calling these images generated from every possible color and then sorted. I'm calling them quote-unquote test images. So we can look at the test image for V1, and I have consoles. Yeah, it takes a second. Sorting the indices takes the longest part. Yeah, so here's the test image for V1. This part works as well. Oh, this is running slowly. Why is this running so slowly? Is it because I'm running OBS at the same time? That's weird. Oh, it's slow when I scroll too. What's going on? What's going on? Task Manager, do you have any information for me about what's going on with my computer? As usual, no. I'm using 50% memory, 20% CPU. Am I using GPU or something? Don't know. Alright, well that was a fun little exploration. Yeah, so this is just going to run like crap, I guess, but there's no real reason for it to do that I can discern. I mean, maybe it's CPU? It was running fine earlier. Anyways. But yeah, if I scroll, if you look, S1 is what you want to look at. If I move up and down, S1 stays the same, but if I move laterally, each of these little rectangular sections appear to be ISO greenness zones, for lack of a better term. They all have the same greenness according to S1. Which makes sense, because S1 is a very, very basic metric of greenness. And then the sort of patterns that you see in this is actually more of an artifact of the fact that the list of colors, sort of, that as I generate them, is not just like a random list of numbers. It's actually generated in a procedural way that has an inherent order to it. And so the way that the sorting method works presumably sort of retains some of that structure when it's moving them around. So that's why you get this, like, you know, consistent little stripey thing going on. I mean, I can't say I was precisely expecting to see this, like, diagonal stripey thing going on, but it's not terribly surprising either. And then, of course, this is not 17 million pixels. 17 million? 16 million. And I call myself a programmer. This is not 16 million pixels. This is only... How many pixels? 600 by 600. This is only 360000. 360,000? 600 times 600. Yeah, 300. It seems a bit big. Yeah, 360,000. So if I scroll, it's so laggy. If I scroll, we gradually see the rest of the image, and we're hopefully seeing things that are less and less green until the very end, which I don't know what the least green thing is. I guess it's purple and red. Blue and red. And purple as well. But yeah, which makes perfect sense, right? The things that don't have green in them, well, there's only red and blue remaining. I don't know why I'm scrolling all the way back. Yeah. Why is the performance so shoddy? I don't understand. If I refresh this, does that... Oh, yeah, the performance is back. Wow, we actually saw it in real time. So, why... Can I theorize why it would be doing that? Is it a memory usage issue? Where it's like... I guess by generating the image, I end up taking up so much memory that it starts to affect performance. Why it should be affecting performance, I don't know. Like, why would it affect the performance of my whole PC when it's just Chrome? Well, is it affecting the performance of the whole PC? I don't freaking know. But anyways, let me do test 2 and watch my memory counter. Yeah, the memory didn't go up significantly. I mean, 16 million is if it's 1 byte per 16 per 1, then that's 16 megabytes. That's actually a minuscule amount of memory, right? You have to multiply it a lot until you actually have a significant amount of memory. So I don't know what's going on. Oh no, the performance is great now. Cool, great, good job. I'm so glad. This is web development. This is why web development sucks. Just random performance issues. I don't freaking understand. I don't even know if I should blame it on. I don't blame the OS. Blame everything. Software. I hate software. Anyways, this is V2. This looks cool. This looks a little bit like the Matrix, I guess. And something that I think is gonna kind of be unavoidable is the fact that you'll see a lot of variation and like a lot of noise, even amongst things that are supposed to be equally green. Now this is V2, right? So it's not that good of a metric, but I think to a certain extent, some visual noise is going to be unavoidable because I don't think it would be possible to both represent every color in order and also still get something smooth. I think you're inevitably gonna have to have these little cutoffs because like there's more than one direction that you can move away from green in, and if that's the case, and I think there's 2 directions, those being red and blue directions that you can move away from green, and I think that those directions are orthogonal in a sense. So you're gonna be like move some arbitrary distance away. Say move 10 distance away, 10 greenness away from exactly green. If you move that in the red direction, it's still pretty green looking. But then if you compare 10 greenness away in the blue direction to 10 greenness away in the red direction, those 2 colors are actually farther apart probably than they were from the initial green. And certainly farther apart than like whatever might be neighboring it. So for that reason, we can't expect perfection here. This is obviously terrible, though, because there's no way that things so dark should just be hanging out here in the extremely high green zone. And then this happens. This is weird, right? This is definitely this stands out. I can't really explain it. It could have something to do with it with its with the fact that it's like about halfway. These are all the same greenness. It's about halfway to 255, I think. 127 times 2 is 25. 27 times 2 is 54. 54, 55 if you add the 0.5. Yeah, so this is exactly halfway. So there must be some sort of symmetry going on here where there's like a lot of options. And it looks cool. It looks freaky. And yeah, these are like... It's always interesting to see just sort of order in the chaos, you know? Math tends to just do that sometimes, and it's neat. Let's check out V3. So this seems like a vast improvement. Pretty smooth transition. V3 is pretty good. I would conclude by looking at that. V4, pretty similar looking to V3. Well, this is a nice little pattern. Look at this. I don't think I actually saw this before. Look at that. That is like very regular. That's pretty neat. All different colors, though, technically. Ah, okay. I was hoping to see this. Yeah, so this is the part of the image where we enter a set of colors that the particular greenness metric just can't distinguish. And honestly, that's a totally acceptable feature of a greenness metric to have. It matters not at all that there's all these colors that you know might have, I don't know, 0.0001 greenness, and you can't tell them apart. That doesn't matter at all. Not an issue. Man, that's freaking cool. So that was V4, I think. V5. V5 kind of has this similar pattern going on. V6. Ah, this looks very different. What's V6? What was V6? Out of curiosity. V6 was the first 3D distance one. Yeah. So 3D distance is actually a big difference. It's kind of a big deal. It's like it looks so smooth and granular, right? I think that's what I get from looking at this. Very kind of random and noisy too, but I think that's actually a good thing. And then a certain distance away, just can't distinguish it, and that's totally fine. What was I just looking at? This one was V6. V7 is supposed to be an improvement on that. Probably not a major difference because I think it just like squared the distance or something. Yeah, not a big deal. V8. V8 is the first hue-based one. Yeah, there's definitely, it's meaningfully different, but also it's got a huge problem that probably makes it in some ways worse than the other metrics, despite it being, more advanced using the hue thing. Because it doesn't really take darkness into account, and so things that are like black or white are gonna just get scored really highly for no apparent reason. Yeah, that's awful. Now V9 is hopefully sort of a fix for that. Yeah, and I think that's pretty darn good. Compared to V7. Just wanted to see if I could tell a difference in the apparent smoothness. I don't know. Maybe V7 could be better than V9. And then we got all these like really desaturated ones. And then there's the... That feels pretty smooth. Oh, V7's still really good though. It rates yellow quite highly though. Right? Like look at all these clearly yellow things that we try to deal with. Yeah, I think the distance-based thing is actually really good, but Hue just sort of has this, it's a bit more customizable, and we're not going to get so many blatantly wrong answers, hopefully. Yeah, so that's that. That's 20 minutes about what I did over the weekend. Now, what I'd like to do next, like hopefully by going over that, it's clear that there's a bit more that can be done for this problem, and I already pointed out like the what was the issue? Oh yeah, like the dragon emoji not being sorted correctly. It's sort of just another data point that's like, huh, these are it's just another facet of trying to identify imperfections in the metrics. I don't know what a perfect one of these would look like. I have no idea how to define that, and I don't know. I don't know if trying to optimize for this picture looking good is that great. Uh, it clearly can catch obvious problems like like this. Obvious problems will show up here, so that's at least a good sign. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure that this really like changed my whole trajectory. I still want to sort of optimize the hue selection thing. And to do that, what I want to build is I need some way of yawning. I need some way to sort of design a function. Uh, a function that maps, you know, a hue to some kind of score. And I want to be able to very precisely pick the like weight or cutoff for it. At least I think I do. One thing I could do first. So I'll just describe a little bit more what I was envisioning. I was envisioning first just like an image that has basically vertical stripes of color of the hues that I'm like selecting over, which would probably be 60 degrees to the left and right of green. And I'm not totally sure how I would go from hue to RGB, but I have a guess that if I just want to get like the brightest possible colors for those, it would actually be pretty easy. You just keep adding one to the red or one to the blue to go in those two different directions, and you would basically end up with all possible hues in that range, in that 60-degree range that I described. Yeah, so you get this like vertical striped image, just as sort of like a visual aid. And then what I want to do is sort of draw a function over it, draw like a curve or like a series of lines that indicate from 0 to 1. This would probably be, you know, vertically, how I would score the different hues on that, you know, represented by the background image. That way I could really like control and feel and play with the different hues. Um, that's kind of an elaborate project. I'm a little bit hesitant to go through all this effort because my interest in the project is waning, and I'm not so much of a perfectionist that I, you know, like have to finish, quote unquote, finish this. But that's what I have in mind. That's what I think I would do. And then, um, but a like stopgap solution, a like band-aid solution, right? Would just to sort of would be to do that process ourselves, just with, you know, some image online, and I guess infer some things as well. Yeah, so let's go looking. So we've been to this wiki page before. What I want is a color picker. What does that statement mean? What? What happened? Okay, I don't know why I did that. So what does this do? This is the hue. Are you good? Okay, it's being weird. That's the hue, and it goes to 360, and green is around... Okay, green is around 60 on this for whatever reason. Okay, sure. So I guess what I could do, I'd like this to be bigger. Is I could sort of just drag this around, right, and use that to decide the. Okay, so that. Oh, I think one of my. Yeah, okay. That's why things look a little. Okay, green should be 120. Yeah, that's right. RGB, yeah, that's right. And then, okay, this is 0 to 1 instead of 0 to 255. Yeah, that's totally fine. Is alpha 0 to 255? I think it must be. Right, because in the sRGB space, they're all 8-bit numbers, as evidenced by the fact that we get a uint8 array out of it. Yeah, okay, so I was right. I was just like momentarily concerned because I'm like, wait a minute, he uses 0 to 1 for the alpha, and I use 0 to 255. Am I doing something wrong? The answer is no, I'm not. So this doesn't look that green for some reason to me, but whatever. Wait, so I guess this is lightness. So 50 lightness is where we want to be. Yeah, okay. And, well, let's just keep going until we get to a color that doesn't look green. Is that green? That's green. That could be green. I don't know. Is that green? We'll say 160 inclusive. So go back to 120. Back to pure green. And I acknowledge that this can be somewhat subjective. Yeah. I don't know if subjective is even the right word. It varies biologically. Okay, so let's see how much red I can tolerate. Well, I don't like that. That doesn't look very green. Well, the sort of the problem is to start with, this looks slightly yellow to me to begin with, so that's a little bit weird. This maybe is green. Is that coincidentally exactly 40 in either direction? Oh, hey, Max. I am still going on this project. I am still going. Oh my goodness, Max, while you're here, you have to see this cool thing I did. Okay. Look at this. I forget exactly which metric version this is. This is all the colors in existence sorted by the greenness metric, from most green to least green. I mean, this isn't all of them, it's scrollable. So if I scroll, then all these are 0 green. Isn't that neat? I did that for each of the metrics. So like the first metric, which is very simple, looks like this, and they all have their own little characteristics. It does look like... yes, it does. It does look like the Matrix. I definitely made that comparison. Let's see. This is V9. This is the most recent one. What was it, like V5 or something that looked like the Matrix too? I don't know what this looks like, but it's maybe not very Matrixy. V4 looks cool because you get like this, you get this pattern. I don't know how to describe it. All these little diamond shapes, which I think is very neat. I don't know that it means anything. It's just neat. And then all that is zero greenness. Is the color white more than green than black? Well, it depends on the metric. But certainly according to V1, because all V1 did was the score is equal to the green component of the RGB. Oh, I'm not looking at the code. Look at the code. It just takes the green component of RGB, and white is 255, 255, 255, all, you know, all three on full blast. So that would be 100% green according to metric version 1. Now, obviously, I don't personally believe that white is green. I think that would be crazy talk. But you just need to make the metric reflect that reality, which is what I've been doing, you know, during these streams. Didn't I have a metric where, like, gray was pretty green somehow? I definitely once had a metric that made black or like made dark colors really green, and that was dumb. I didn't like that metric, obviously, because then I made another one. Is it V4? Let's see if it's V4. No, I don't think it was V4. V3 looks a bit like it has that issue. I clicked V2 twice. What's going to happen? Well, it's going to make me wait for the sorting twice. Awesome. Okay, yeah, V2 seems to have the color, the confusion with black. Yeah, because there's a bunch of just like dark stuff in here that's for some reason considered very green. Yeah, V2 was a weird metric. Well, that's it. That's all the interesting stuff. I'm going to continue looking at my color picker now. Thanks for stopping by. It really seems like 40 degrees to either direction is the maximum. Maybe I would argue that like some in here is not green anymore. Honestly, full green doesn't look very green. I want, like, for me, full green is like darker for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me. I look at this and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty yellow. So this is yellow, this is orange. Yellow, and then we somehow get into green territory. I want to pick like this or something. Yeah, 80 seems like the magic number. 80 and 160. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Now how would I reflect that? How would I reflect that in a metric? Let me look at V9. What's V9 doing? Distance equals hue minus 120, absolute value. So, between V8 and V9, I believe all I did was... what would I call it? I weighted chroma and value. Which I'm not 100% sure were good decisions. But they seem like pretty good decisions. So let's grab this. And I'm going to adjust the hue component. We're in double digits now. Okay, so what I want to do is I kind of want... So what this is doing... hue minus 120. So hue is a number between 0 and 360, and what did I do? Oh, okay, check this out. This is interesting. Huh. So, kind of what I want to do is replace this with 40, I guess. I get the distance, okay, which is the amount off that you are from 120, and then so this is absolute value, right? So it's either direction, and then 50 minus distance is gonna give you the max value of 50 when you're 0 distance away. And it'll go gradually down to 0 as you approach 50 degrees off. So really what I wanted to do here was 40. 40 was the magic number. 50 was a good guess, it turns out. But after staring at the color picker, I've decided that 40 is actually a much better number. But you know what this does? Is it gives you basically 0 greenness at a distance of 40, which I don't necessarily want to do that. I mean, I want to do that. Okay, so that's like I need another component to it, I guess. Or, well, I definitely want 0 outside of that range, but within that range, going to 0 I think is too drastic. Because I think most of the things within that range are like green enough. I would consider them. So let's go to like 50% green or something like that. Yeah. So how do I make a function to do that? So I want from 0 distance to 40 distance to lerp between 100% green and 50% green, basically. So something like, actually greenness should be 0 to 255. So what I would do is probably use map linear, since I have it here. I would say from 0 to 40, we're going to map to, I probably want to do an if statement here first, actually. So I'm going to do like let greenness. And then I'm going to say if distance is less than or equal to 40, we do map linear, else greenness is equal to 0. And what are we mapping to? We're mapping to 0. We're mapping 0 distance would actually be 255, and 40 distance away would be 50% of 255, which I'm gonna call 128. Excuse me, that's my phone going off. Let me look at that 1 second. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, so at a distance of 40, I'm going to call it 128, and then we're going to have this steep, sudden cutoff to 0 greenness. Yes, that's how V10 is going to work. Okay. Yes. So let me make space for V10. I now have more boilerplate than before. I think having a having sort of a strict or like a non-smooth greenness function is pretty okay, because the images themselves are quite smooth. So even if there's you know, you can get a non-zero score for the whole image still if some of the pixels are get, you know, like a little bit of the score. I think a non-smooth thing is going to be fine. Or at least the non-smoothness of it shouldn't be the issue. Okay. I think that's everything. Huh? Huh. Something weird certainly happens. Oh no, it's just like slightly too big. That sucks. That's not supposed to happen. It doesn't seem to be sorting my emojis at all. Aha! You'd think that would have been an error or something, right? Greenness being undefined? Whatever. Okay, so sort of like you'd expect, the green things are being ranked at the top. That's good. That's good news. Okay, and then we see like this... yeah, so we see the point at which the green becomes too blue to be considered green. This is a horrifying looking image. I'm sorry about that. And like before, white and black don't get counted. That's also good news. Yep, that's very good news. Where's the dragon head? Show me the dragon head. We should have rescued him from down below. We didn't rescue him. Where are you, dragon head? What has become of you? Well, here's this dragon. And, well, that's baffling. So that is not green enough. What is it? It is red 79, green 181, and blue 158. I don't remember whether that was actually the color. 79, 181, 158. Okay. So what hue is that? That is allegedly 166 green. Or 166 hue. 166 is more than 40 away from exactly green 120. That's crazy. That's a little bit cuckoo. So if I put you back at like 50 and this, yeah, so I guess I was wrong. And we need to include more green, more teal things in the possibilities of greenness. We could try. Well, then we have to do it asymmetrical, in which case I can't just use map linear. Jeez. In fact, using distance would be inadvisable. Okay. So we would say we're not going to do a separate version for this because this is a bug. We have to fix it. So we're going to define distance this way, and hue -1. Yeah. So blue is actually more is a higher hue than green, so it would be a positive direction for the distance. So we have if distance is greater than 0, we do something else. If distance is less than -40, then greenness equals 0. Else. And then here we have if distance is greater than, what was I, 170, which is 50. Greater than 50, greenness equals 0. Else. Okay. And then we have some map linears, right? Then we have this and this, except we're mapping different places. We're going 0 to 50. 50 maps to 128, and then we're going 0 to -40. -40 maps to 128. Yeah. And the map linear function should just properly handle all of those cases for me. Very good. Dinosaur, all green things. Green things are appearing. Yes. Yellow should not be green. This is important. Yes, okay, good. The worm. We're very happy to see the worm. The worm is very blue, but not too blue, evidently. That's great to see. Dragon. Yes. We've, I think, appropriately rescued the dragon. It's debatable whether he's in the right spot or not, but it's pretty good. This is green enough. Yeah, that's good to see. It's great. Love to see that. And then this dragon is here as well. We rescued this dragon. That's great news. This dress is surprisingly green. Maybe not that surprisingly, actually, when I look at it. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I would be on board with that, right? Like I'd sign up for this level of greenness. I think maybe these are still green. but it's really close in whatever case. It's green, yeah, green Statue of Liberty. Pretty blue, but also green. Yeah. Is the tent green? The tent is not green. Very good. How about this? Yep, that is green. Okay, good. Happy to see that. Now these are just things with small amounts of green on them. This is good. This is very good. No surprises yet. Melon. My arch nemesis. Melon. You son of a gun. Melon. What are you doing here? Ooh. I can't disagree too harshly with that, because then this, okay, the top of this, I mean, I guess that is pretty surely yellow, but like this is, maybe I agree that this is green, you know? It's tricky. It's tricky. My freaking arch nemesis Melon. It's not bad. I could live with it being there, I think. Yeah, these just have little bits of green on them. Oh, that's like the smallest amount of green ever. The frickin' tab on one of the folders. That's funny. This guy is, yeah, this is interesting. So he's too blue to be green. That's, I think I agree with that. There's a green check mark on the ballot. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, okay. What's preventing this from being green? I guess it's too yellow? It's too yellow to be green. That's crazy. So that's definitely more green than red. This is... huh. Are the cherry stems green? This is the philosophical question of our generation. From here, with the emoji being really small, or I guess normal size, it does look green. But so little of it is actually considered green. It's weird. It's pretty wild. Sloth. Sloth is actually not green at all. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. The A button on the Xbox controller. I mean, it's Microsoft Teams. I guess they're totally within their rights to to make their Xbox controller an emoji. Yeah, no, that's not really green. Yeah, that's fine. Oh my god, must you? Must you be... Okay, it's fine. Whatever. I don't even know if you heard that sound effect, but my phone went off just then. It dinged. Honestly, V10 might be perfect. Perfectly imperfect, you know, like as good as you can hope to achieve with this bizarre frog. And then he saw the kiwi fruit and realized he was wrong. And then he saw the kiwi fruit. Dang. Kiwi fruit should absolutely be green. Okay, so what's actually the issue here? Okay, 164, 206, 56. Where are we at? What are we looking at here? We're looking at a 77. Uh, 120. So 80 is what I said as the cutoff, and it wants me to make 77 the new cutoff. That is a very not green looking green. I could live with like 75. Okay. So let's... Okay, so 45. 45 is the new cutoff. That melon, the melon that's gonna come back to get me. I want to see kiwi fruit high up here. Kiwi in real life is understood to be a green fruit. I feel like I'm talking about this like a person who's never seen color before. And I have to like build a program to help me understand the concept of color. But kiwis are understood to be green, right? That doesn't prove that this emoji is green, but it looks green to me. Okay, it looks green. Maybe it's just context that's lying to me. Green apple should also be high up here, right? Maybe that was something that was missing before. Looking at this, I generally agree with it. Olive is obviously quite green. Okay. This is not green, right? Okay, that's still... This stripe is not green. Okay. I'm just waiting to be slapped in the face by something horrible that is now considered green that I don't want to be. Yeah, I want that to be green. That's totally fine. I don't know why this softball is green, but... Oh, okay. Huh. But yeah, the softball should be green. The worm? We love the worm. Well, the worm is blue, so that was like a different issue. Yeah. I feel like this. I feel like the worm and the dragon should be rated up higher. Maybe I do that too. Bug? Yeah, bug can be green. The melon. Oh, the melon returns. This melon. This freaking melon, dude. I hate the melon. All my homies hate the melon. Melon, you are like the least green thing that could possibly exist while still being green. I really hate you. All my homies hate the melon. Okay. But we fixed the kiwi, okay? Is this... The answer to this changed significantly. The cherry stems are now green. I can live with that. I might actually prefer that. It's just so... These poor avocados, Jesus. What am I doing to them? It's actually just really hard to judge, man. Pineapple. Okay, so we should all agree that even if the melon has to be green, it'll be a cold day in hell before we let the pineapple be green, right? Okay. Are peaches green? Certainly not. Watermelon always should be green. Yep, okay. Yes. All these things should be plain and obvious. Lemon, certainly not going to be green anytime soon. Okay. What is this? That's an orange. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I feel like zombie could be more green, you know? That's all I'm saying. It's not for the zombie. It's a little bit for the zombie. But primarily it's actually for the worm. I feel like just a little bit, like this. I feel like that could be green. RGB. 91, 187, 189. I mean, it's literally more blue than green. 89, 192, 187. This is at 177. 177, which is still... Yeah, that's actually still within the margin, I think, right? 120 plus 50 gets us to 180, actually. Yeah, that's still within the margin. Oh my goodness, 180 is like the cutoff where it's technically more blue than green. How insane is that? It's just such a slight thing. It's like imperceptible. Oh my god. Is this green? Huh. That's wild. That's maddening. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. Show me my friend the dragon. There he is. I don't know that it helped my dragon very much. Maybe it did a little bit. How about with zombies? Was that enough to help the zombies? 2 degrees might not have been enough. Oh, yeah, I think that helped the zombies a bit. This looks so green to me. Okay, interesting. 119, 171, 171. $180. So what's preventing that from being green? I don't know. Is it the is it too white? Is it like the max minus min thing that's deranking it? Is it just too washed out? Yeah, the chroma is really what is downranking it. Oh my goodness. Now it seems like the chroma is something I should fiddle with. The freaking melon, dude. The gosh dang melon. So insane. So insane that this is green, but it doesn't look green. I agree that with this ordering, though. Well, the pants is a little bit of a surprise, right? I think we're all surprised by that. And the dollar. It's really good, though. I really like this a lot. The freaking kiwi, dude. The kiwi. Oh, the surprise kiwi totally ruined everything. Are these considered green at all? No. Are there any more surprises lurking down here? Okay, so you just have trace amounts of green. That's fine, I guess. Oh, there's like one little pixel here. Yeah, looking at the numbers, that's... Well, it's... actually really red. Huh? What? Oh, it's one pixel below that. It's this one? Yeah, it's this one that's technically green. Yeah, that one is technically green. Oy vey. Okay. I guess that's just like the blue overlining the yellow sort of makes it green. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that happening. Sloth. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the zombies. Yeah, it's good. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. I think it's really good. What does the test image look like for it? Wow. That's kind of impressive. Very different from V9. What the heck? Like, totally different. This is a really good sign, actually. Holy crap. That's insane. I didn't expect it was possible to make it look this good. What the heck? Oh my gosh. That's pretty freaking cool, actually. I'm pretty convinced. This is actually pretty good looking. Wow, that's dope. All right, uh, I mean, I was sort of hoping to see any data, honestly, that could just let me not have to build some other new thing for this project. Um, but this is honestly pretty impressive. That's smoother than I was expecting. That's awesome. Sweet. I think the project might be done. I think we stop at V10. I think we stop with V10, and we cash out. We got the kiwi. We got the frog. That's creepy. We got green apple, right? We got green apple. We got a lot of the things we wanted to get out of this. Maybe dragon should be in a better spot. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because, like, tree seems obviously better than dragon. Because it's just, like, a bit bigger and a bit greener, right? Dragon is definitely green, but he's sort of low-key green. He's like this blue-green overall. I can kind of see why dragon's where dragon is. And then other dragon. That's actually dragon. What's this one? Dragon face. Ah, yes. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Um, you know, as always, no guarantee of there being another stream, but I'd like to try to make a habit out of this. Ideally, like I aspire to streaming regularly and like having an audience. That'd be cool. Um, but anyways, thanks again. Thanks always for watching. If you did, hope to see you again next time, where we're going to be doing a new project, probably. Maybe I can be working on my game like I need to be. Until then, though, farewell.